The use tax is imposed on consumers of tangible personal property that is used, consumed, or stored in a state. And a consumer's use tax applies to those purchases from out-of-state vendors that are not required to collect tax on their sales. So as a general rule, either a sales tax or a use tax applies to a single transaction, but not both.
There's no such thing as a free ride. You're either paying sales tax or you're paying consumer's use tax. And so I think if a business were to do that, that's one part of the equation. But then the second part is telling the consumers how much do they actually owe, right? It's one thing to say you owe consumers use tax on this purchase, but then it's another thing to say this is how much you owe on that purchase. And then the third thing is to tell the consumer then how to remit the taxes to the state in an easy way that'll actually prompt them to do it. The states are now taking a separate tact, and they're kind of focused more on having the businesses educate the consumer that there's taxes owed if they make a purchase from an out-of-state seller. So it's an interesting way to go. I think it's really hard on small businesses that buy things online. They're not expecting to get a consumer's use tax audit. So I happen to have 11 dentists in my family. You wouldn't think a dentist would be a target to be a sales tax, automation customer, and yet because they buy the gauze, they buy some of the, other things that go into the procedures online, even printers, printer paper, stuff like that. My cousin got a $10,000 consumer's use tax audit as a dentist office. And so states are finding that I think a consumer's use tax audit is more low-hanging fruit than a sales tax audit. And so they are definitely going after people for things like that.